So I'm going to explain to you guys the infinite medical money glitch. And I'm going to explain it as simple as possible. So I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm going to make this as simple as possible for you to understand. The medical system makes money from treating people. And the only way they can get patients is by people becoming sick and coming to them because they cannot heal themselves. So the more sick people we have, the more money we can make. I repeat, the more sick people we have, the more money we can create. So why not make people sick? Easy. We're going to poison everything they need in order to live. So that means your food, your water, your air, we're going to poison it. The very clothes that you wear is going to be synthetic fabric. We're going to put fluoride in the water, a neurotoxin. We're going to put pesticides and herbicides all over your food. We're going to spray heavy metals in the air. And the best part about it is, it sounds so unbelievable. It sounds so evil, but that even if we do it and tell people that we're doing it, no one will believe it because it sounds so unbelievable. And since we're poisoning your food, your water, your air, at some point, you're going to become sick. And then you're going to come to the medical system. And just like the workers in the medical system, we also educated them. Just like you. You all went to our schools. And we taught you everything except who you are and how to take care of your body. Because we need to make sure when you do fall sick, you don't know what to do. So you're going to come to the so-called health experts who also don't know what to do. And they're going to give you drugs. So instead of giving you, hey man, this is what you need to eat, this is what you don't need to eat. You need to go outside, you need to exercise, you need to get in the sun, you need to put your foot in the grass, you need to sleep, you need to stop taking these type of drugs, you need to stop doing drugs, you need to stop eating this type of food because it has a whole bunch of poisons in it. Instead, they're going to give you more poisons in a pill form. They call it pharmacy, I call it pharmakia. They call it medicine, I call it sorcery, I call it magic. They give you a magic pill. And when you take that magic pill, it's going to disconnect you from yourself. So now that headache that you had is gone, but guess what? Whatever caused the headache, you're still going to do it. And when the drugs wear off, the headache comes back, and guess where you're going to go back to? You're going to go back to the medical system to get more drugs. So now you're stuck on drugs. And since you're taking a drug that's a toxin, and then you go back in the same environment that caused the problem in the first place, you're forever going to be sick. And then we just keep you on the loop. And then we're going to have people fearing things that they cannot see, like a virus, like COVID-19, like polio. And since you don't understand yourself, since you don't understand that the body's a self-healing mechanism, when these so-called viruses arise, you're going to run back to us for the fix. And then we're going to inject you with the very same virus that we're telling you to fear. So with polio, they grew polio on monkey kidney cells. And the same monkeys that they used for polio contained SV40. Now, in the monkeys, SV40 doesn't cause problems with them because it's natural to them. But if you take SV40 from a monkey and inject it into a human, there's your sickness. There's polio. Now there's a polio epidemic because we just injected the whole world with polio. And the same SV40 that contaminated The syringes that they were injecting in people all around the world is the same SV40 that was in some of the COVID-19 shots. And the same SV40, when injected into humans, it causes cancer. And you think I'm lying? Just go look it up on the internet. Everything I'm saying is on the internet. So, this is how the money glitch works. We create an environment where everywhere we go, if we can't get you through the food, we can't get you through the water, we can't get you through the air, we can't get you through medication, we can't get you through vaccines. Now listen, we're gonna get you through one of these. But if we can't get you, guess what? What are you watching me on? You're watching me on the phone. Now, if you don't know, as long as your phone is on you or near your body, it's radiating you 24/7. This blue light that you're looking at me from is artificial. And if you look at this blue light too long, it's going to cause problems. This is the same blue light that they use in the casino. You know who started the casino game? It was the mafia. And the mafia needed to find a way to steal your money without actually stealing it from you. Because these were some ruthless men. I need it, I'm going to take it. But they said, yo, there has to be an easier way to do this. So they made a casino. And they put the casino in the middle of nowhere in a damn desert. And they made sure every single light in the casino, every single screen was blue lit. Because blue light, when it hits your eyes, when it hits your skin, if you're exposed for it to too long, it makes you dumb and compliant, and it makes you open for suggestion. It makes you open to new ideas. We add a little money involved, a little bit of gambling. We add pretty women walking around giving free alcohol. We don't need to steal your money. You're going to give it to us. So they take that same, and don't forget, I almost forgot, when you walk into the casino, guess what? Every single window in there is blacked out. You can't see outside. You're just stuck looking at blue light, pretty women, and alcohol everywhere with all this money going around. Now you're stuck. Now you're addicted. Gambling addiction, so hard to break. Oh man, so hard to break. Add a little bit of alcohol, pretty women, you're done. Now take that same blue light, now put it in our hands 24/7. Now it makes sense why people just can't seem to put their phone down even when it knows it's harming them. Yesterday I was on my phone all day doing research, watching videos, trying to make sense of the world, trying to find more evidence to post to people, and my eye was literally burning. The bottom of my eye, there's a red dot under my eye because the screen is literally burning my eyes. I had a headache towards the end of the day because I refused to put my phone down because I wanted to keep studying. Now imagine if I do that every day. I'm going to make myself sick. You add that if you're not sleeping because you're working 24/7, you're stressed out 24/7, just trying to make $1, just to have that dollar taken. On top of that, you're eating fast food, processed food, you're eating poison. On top of that, you're drinking fluoride, you brush your teeth with fluoride, you're showering with fluoride. Who else? God only knows what else is in that water. God forbid you don't go outside. God forbid you don't exercise. God forbid you don't have a significant other. God forbid you don't have a family. God forbid you don't have a friend. Now it makes sense why more than a half of America, according to the CDC, I'm not making these things up, according to the CDC, more than half of America is either obese, on drugs, Pharmakia, or dealing with one chronic illness or more. It's no coincidence that more than half of America is sick or on drugs or obese. It's not a coincidence. It's supposed to happen. That is the money glitch. We need you sick. We need to prolong your life. See, people keep talking about these medications are prolonging people's lives. No shit. See, before I used to think they're trying to kill us. They're trying to depopulate the earth. Now, I still think they're trying to do that, but why depopulate the earth when we can make these people live longer on drugs, and the longer they're alive, the longer they're going to pay us. If your uncle can't pay us, I know you love your uncle. I know you don't want your uncle to die. You better find a way to make this money and come give it to us so we can keep your uncle alive. Why do you think cancer is on the rise, man? It's been 111 years since the Cancer Research Foundation been in existence. They have found no cure, but trust me, they've been had the cure. They just can't release it because it's making billions of dollars every year. We cannot stop the train. There's too much money in the system. There's too much money to be made. Why would we stop it now? And the people are not smart enough to see the money glitch. And the nurses and the doctors are health experts who are supposed to be caring for us. They're getting too much money too. And a lot of them are overworked, stressed out, and brainwashed because they spend years and years and years working for that certification, working for that status. There's no way they're going to go against the very system that employs them, that pays them, and that educated them, even if all the evidence is proven that they're wrong. They won't have the will to do it. They won't have the determination to do it. So you can't rely on them. This is the money glitch. And the worst part about it, really the best part about it for them is, this sounds so unbelievable. This sounds so unbelievable that no matter how much evidence you show somebody, they just can't believe that this is true. And that's the thing about the truth. The truth is the truth. It doesn't matter how plain it is. It doesn't matter how insane it is. It doesn't matter how fake it is. If it's true, it's true. That's why people love fiction, because fiction sticks to possibilities. It could be this, it could be this, it could be that. It could be anything. Anything we want it to be, it could be. But the truth is the truth, and there's no way around it. This phone is literally made to brainwash you, make you dumb and open to suggestion. So when they do these things, you will never even have the time to research it because you're too busy probably beating your meat. You're too busy scrolling through TikTok. You know, there's a recent study that was released about brain rot. And it shows that brain rot is real. It's real. This phone makes you slow. It causes memory loss, amnesia. Your cognitive abilities decrease. It causes anxiety, depression. We didn't need the study to know that. We see the proof every day. The statistics show us every day. The youth show us every day. The youth are useless. They don't care about anything important. All they care about is themselves. They don't care about anything else. I don't watch people in real life just walking around, crossing it. I watched a woman cross the street with her head down while her child walked in front of her. A child was walking in front of her while her head was down, bro. Wow. How many of you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is get on your phone? I don't blame you. I do it a few times too. Before you go to sleep, what do? You check your phone. That's if you're even able to go to sleep. Because this blue light suppresses melatonin. It suppresses melatonin at night. Now you can't fall asleep, guys. They're literally hijacking us through our eyes with this phone. But the reason you don't know it and the reason you don't believe it, because nobody ever taught you that. Because you're not supposed to know that. Because if you knew it and you was aware of it, you would stop it. And this is why these guys bank on you being so ignorant and being so educated. We need you educated. You're educated about the wrong things, unimportant things. Because your government, the CIA, these people are literally running tests on animals to figure out how can we control animals. And if we can control animals, we can take this to human beings. Look at Elon Musk with the Neuralink. They're literally putting chips in people's brains and using a computer to control them. Come on, guys. If they can do it wiredly, they can do it wirelessly. Just like a gaming console. We went from wired controllers to wireless controllers. At some point, the phone was wired. Now it's wireless. At some point, we had to physically control you. Now we can remotely control you. And you won't believe it because you don't know yourself and you don't study these things these people study because you think it's crazy. But guess what? These people are crazy. Yes, these people are crazy. So in order to start thinking like them, you have to think a little bit crazy. How can I kill everyone in... Actually, let me not... Now, let me not say that because that's bizarre. But matter of fact, let me say it and let's just say this a joke. No, I don't even want to say that out of my lip. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say it. But just think about it like this. How can I make a whole community sick? Simple. I put bleach in the water supply. Simple, done. How can I make the whole community sick? Every morning, every night, every day, I'm going to have planes going across their neighborhood, dropping heavy metals and all type of chemicals in the air. I'm pretty sure that our government has already done that. But who really knows? And if you drink that bleach and those chemicals get in your food, they get in your hair, they find a way in your system, you're going to end up sick. And now everybody in one particular area is showing all types of different symptoms, and they go to the medical system. All of a sudden, we have an epidemic. SARS 2.0, COVID 2.0. Now everybody's going to start panicking. Run to the medical system. Inject yourself with chemicals. Now all of a sudden, COVID started in one area. Now it's all across the United States. I think one of the stories they ran with COVID-19 is that it started in China, bro. So it started in China. Now, how did it end up across the whole entire world, bro? It started in some leak in China. Now it's across the whole entire world, G. You want to know why it spread? Because we injected you with it. Duh. How do you expect to inject a child with a monkey kidney cell and expect a child not to be sick? How do you inject a child with aluminum, a heavy metal, a neurotoxin? Just look it up. It's a neurotoxin, and expect your child not to be sick, bro. Stanley Plockton, MD. They called him the godfather of vaccines. I don't know how many times I got to say this. He's under oath on video. This stuff is on the internet, man. These people are not hiding, man. Some of the childhood vaccines, he said, contained monkey kidney cells, guinea pig cells, pig cells. And the one that really blew me, I'm pretty sure the reason he was actually dead is because I think it was a Catholic church that found out that there is aborted fetal tissue in some of the vaccines that children take. Now, you tell me, if I inject you... Oh, we can't forget about blood calf serum from baby calves, from calves, taking their blood and put it in a vaccine. Now, you tell me, if I inject you with aborted fetal tissue from an aborted baby, so a dead baby chopped up, thrown in a syringe, you're telling me you may not get sick? If I inject you with SV40, which comes from monkey kidney cells, you're telling me you're not going to get sick, especially if I inject it into a brand new baby? Come on, guys. See, the evidence is out there. I'm not making these things up. They're the ones that's telling us what they're doing, but we're just too ignorant. We're just too dumb, or we simply just don't care to do anything about it. Most people can't even talk about it. They can't even acknowledge, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They all... Matter of fact, I be talking to people in real life, man. And they say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, what you saying is true. Like, that don't make no sense, but we still need it. So, you telling me you need blood calf serum injected into you to protect yourself from a virus that doesn't even exist? This is not a natural virus. This is man-made. Somebody actually made this in a lab and then injected it into you. Now it's no coincidence after you get your flu shot, after you get the vaccine shot, you feel some type of way. But my chest hurting, yo. I just got that shot and my chest hurting, bro. Ain't nobody can tell you your chest not hurting after getting that shot. Yo, I'm getting that shot and all of a sudden I'm coughing and sneezing, bro. I'm feeling a little bit of congestion, bro. All of a sudden, I took the flu shot, and all of a sudden, I feel like I got the flu because I just injected you with the flu, bro. And they tell you it's for immunity. Come on, bro. So I need to inject myself with a monkey kidney cell to immune myself to monkeys, bro? You serious, bro? Who's out here eating monkeys, dog? I don't know no man out here eating monkeys, bro. Immunity? Man, humans has been here for over 300,000 years, according to what they say on the internet. Over 300,000 years. Just know we've been here for a long time, bro. Shout out to Egypt. Babies were born outside, G. Some of our ancestors were literally brand new babies playing in the dirt, bro. They still do it to this day, playing in the mud, playing in a river. Talking about immunity. Talking about if you touch my baby, it's gonna get sick. If humans were really that fragile, we would not be on this earth, bro. We would cease to exist. See, God don't make no mistakes, man. I came out with my skin. I came out butt-ass naked. It's man that's making all the mistakes. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have clothes. I'm just saying my clothes was my skin. My original clothes was my skin. But we just added on more. All I'm saying, guys, just start using your brain and just start thinking, man. I don't got to know the truth to know that something is a lie. That's where we all got to start. I don't got to know that something is true to know that something is a lie. Because every time I look at the system, every time I look at the world, every time I look at people on an individual basis and then put them as a collective, we suffering, bro. People are in pain. People are sick. And they suffering. They don't even know why they suffering. See, you can endure damn near any suffering, any pain when you know why. And you're going to get over it much quicker. But when you don't know why you're suffering, you don't know why you're in pain, it hurts so much because you're left in confusion. See, I'm not in confusion. I used to get seriously mad about these things. It sent me, I'm going to get a little personal. Let's get a little personal. Let's get a little personal so you know how real this is. When I first started figuring out this information, it sent me straight into depression. Because I realized for 24 years of my life, everything that I taught been a lie. It really all started with pre-diabetes because for 24 years, I'm going to make this very short. No matter who I went to, they're telling me I can't escape this. It is what it is. And I subscribed to that limited slavery mindset for 24 years until one day I woke up, I said, I don't want to be sick anymore. And I decided to make a change. And then I started to listen to people that are on the other side who were considered extreme. They're saying HIV, AIDS, all these diseases and viruses, they don't exist. They man-made, but guess what? We could still get rid of it if you really want to do it. And I said, nah, this can't be true. You telling me that eating fruits and vegetables, you telling me by simply fasting, by simply closing my mouth, by simply believing and telling my body every day that I can heal and actually taking action to do it can heal my body. I just got to give it time. Bro, these people are crazy, bro. This is that voodoo stuff. This is that woo-woo stuff. But I said, you know what, man? I've been on the other side for so long. Let me just entertain the idea. Even though I don't believe it, let me just entertain. These people are crazy, but guess what? I ain't getting no results over here. Let me just try. Within 2 weeks of adopting a fruit-based diet, guess what? All my pre-diabetic symptoms disappeared. I didn't need no blood work. I didn't need to talk to no doctor or nurse. I've been pre-diabetic all my life. You can't tell me no different. I'm in my body. You not in my body. I know myself. You don't know me like that. That's why you can't solve nothing. And I said, you know what? I carried it on for a few months and I was feeling great and I never regressed. So I decided to go to the medical system because I'm telling everybody around me I'm finally healed. I'm finally here. I'm finally in heaven. I'm finally free. They telling me now you're on a monkey diet. Your ass is crazy. You look sick because I lost hella weight. I lost 22 pounds in 2 weeks. Every day I was pooping like crazy. I remember there was one day where I pooped 10 times from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Up to 10 times from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. I had rashes out of my back. They say, yo, you shower? I said, yeah, I shower. What's coming out of your back? All I did was smile because I knew the waste was coming out of my back. Because the biggest organ on my skin, on my body is my skin. When a pimple was coming out of your face, what is coming out is waste. It's something that's not supposed to be there. I was coughing, I was sneezing, I was having black stuff coming out of my right ear. I was having dandruff, I was having eye boogers. And this went on for 2 weeks on an extreme note, but it went on for months on a light note. It was just coming out lightly after, majority of things came out. And now I don't really deal with these problems. But anyway, fast forward, I went to the medical system and I told them, I'm no longer pre-diabetic. And they said, what did you do? Because all of these nurses, they diabetic, they pre-diabetic. I'm trying to figure out what they got to see if I can give them some advice. I told them, all I eat is fruits and vegetables. And matter of fact, I haven't drank water in over like 60 days. It was something like that. I can't remember. I went like 100+ days without drinking water. They like, what? You just eating fruits and vegetables? You're not even drinking water? No way. I told him, don't worry about it. Take my blood and I'll be back with the results. I got the results within a week. And of course, I'm no longer pre-diabetic. You know my testosterone is up in the air. You know my levels is excellent. And I don't need no test to tell me that. I feel it every day. I know how I feel. I know that I'm living right. Because I was living in a body that was the complete opposite. So I have two point of views to view. And this one, I like way more. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I'm feeling great and you're not. And you on that side, I'm on this side. How about you come on this side for a little bit and experiment with me? Because I was once in that limited box, and guess what? I was sick. And once I took myself out and entertained the idea that I disliked, that I didn't believe, it converted me. And I'm free. And of course, when I brought the blood test to all the nurses in there, they didn't believe me. Although I brought the proof, although they're the ones who took the blood from me, they still didn't believe me. So be it. If you want to be in chains, you remain in chains. I took the chains off. And at any point, you can remove the chain from your body and mind and spirit and free yourself. But you got to do it. You see, all this poisonous food and water in the grocery is there because you buy it. They wouldn't make these things if they couldn't make money off of it. The medical system is thriving because everybody is sick, and when they get sick, they can't help themselves, so they go to them. They're not going to stop the train, guys. We created this. When I say we, yes, there's a man doing nefarious things, but somehow, some way, they got to put these things, convince us that it's good for us, and when we know that it's wrong, we still buy it. It is our fault. When we know who's poisoning us, we should get him the hell out of here. Why is Anthony Fauci still walking this earth freely? Anthony Fauci should be in jail. But he's not. Because there's too much money going around to put Anthony Fauci away, and there's not enough good men and good women pressuring our government, pressuring the world leaders to take Anthony Fauci out. And just like Bill Gates, just like Anthony Fauci done said, this is not going to be our last pandemic. There's more to come because you guys keep falling for the same trap. It's an infinite money glitch. And as long as you keep subscribing to it, as long as you keep giving us the money, we're going to keep it running. I told my mans yesterday, man, if I could talk to these people, I would shake their hands and I would say, you guys did one hell of a job. Where's the application? I want to join. This is all jokey, but on a serious note, I want to join you guys because these people are insane. You literally tell these people, I injected you with a monkey kidney cell. And these people are going to run and come take that, bro. There's SV40, the same SV40 that contaminated polio and actually gave people polios in the COVID-19 shot? Huh? Of course they're not going to put it on the ingredients list, but there was somebody out there who was actually pro-vaccine. I can't remember his name. My apologies. I'm going off head. Who was pro-vaccine. It was two of them. One was pro-vaccine. Another one was pro-vaccine. One dude tested it. He found SV40. He went on the internet, he went on Twitter and let everybody know there's SV40 in a goddamn COVID-19 shot. The same SV40 that was in the polio vaccine that actually gave people polio and was making people sick and actually led to a few deaths. It led to a whole bunch of cancer. It's in a COVID-19 shot. And the other dude who was pro-vaccine, I think they were both microbiologists, so, they have the equipment to do this. They're not just talking about it. They're really doing it. He said, no way it's in there. They started having a Twitter war. And he said, you know what? Forget it. I'm going straight to the top. I'm going straight to the foundation. Forget everything else. I'm going to do the research. And guess what he found? He found SV40. Now, these guys were once pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine because they did the actual research. They weren't talking no more. Safe and effective. None of that. They both found SV40 in the COVID-19 shot that if you inject into a human being, it's going to give your ass cancer, bro. It's going to give your ass all types of problems. It's on the internet, man. Jack Cruz, Decentralized Medicine, Jack Cruz. It's on YouTube. Stanley Plockton, MD, 9-hour disposition under oath, where he admits a lot of the ingredients in the vaccines, man. I can't think of anything off head. I'm going to put it down in the description later. But this is the infinity money glitch. I'm gonna just make it very short for you. That's what I should have did in the beginning. We're gonna create an environment where everywhere you go, you're gonna be poisoned in some way, somehow. And you will never know these poisons exist. Matter of fact, you're gonna think these poisons are good for you. And at some point, you're gonna fall sick. If you don't fall sick, somebody around you is gonna fall sick. They're gonna end up in the medical system. And we're gonna give them all type of treatments and run their pockets. If their pockets is empty, somebody loves them. They got a family, they got a friend, they got a wife, they got kids. Somebody's gonna pay for them, and we're gonna take their money. And when they get healed, they're gonna be so-called healed, but guess what? They're gonna come back because they never got rid of all the toxins, all the poisons in their environment. And we're gonna keep this person on pills, on type of medications, on type of treatments until the day they die, and their children are gonna replace them. That's the money glitch, bro. And guess what? Nobody at the top is ever gonna stop it because there's too much money going on. There's too much money going around. Nobody in the middle is gonna stop it. The doctors, the nurses, biologists, all these people, all these researchers, all these students, they're never gonna stop it because first of all, they need money, they need a livelihood, and they've been indoctrinated. They've been brainwashed. And everybody up below them, well, you guys are the animals, you guys are the sheep. And you guys are gonna do whatever the hierarchy tells you to do, you're gonna do. Whatever everybody else above you tells you what to do, you're gonna do because you're a sheep and you don't know the better, and you've been brainwashed just like everybody in the middle. And it's a chain, and it just trickles. And the higher you get, the more money you get, but the more corrupt you get, and the more aware you become of what's really going on. So you got to be a really empty, evil motherfucker to know what's really going on. And really, the most important people are the people at the middle and the bottom. Because we are the conductors. We are the reasons these things are all happening. Yes, people at the top are trickling it, but they need workers because they're not the ones injecting you. It's you that's doing it. It's the nurses, it's the doctors. And I be going around, I'm about to expose some shit, man. I be going around, not often, but sometimes I get in moods where I go around. I'm like, yo, I pop in one of these places that's popping the vaccine. I say, yo, listen, man, do you know what's in this vaccine? Of course, every single person says no. Then I say, so why you injected it into us? And they just all freeze like. And then we start getting into arguments. Then I start letting them know what's really in it. And they all freeze. They really don't got nothing to say. We just argue. But that tells you a lot. These people are out here shooting everyone up with these vaccines. They don't even know what's in it. They say, don't talk to me. Go talk to the people who made it. Well, you're the one who is injecting it. I can't access them, bro. I'm accessing you. Matter of fact, bring one of those damn vaccines and show me the insert package sheet. Man, I went to my local hospital. I went to the Walgreens. Man, these people don't got no insert package sheet, bro. Are you serious, man? Maybe I ain't talking to the right people, but these people don't got no insert package sheet. They showed me the box and the vaccine. The shit was no insert package sheet. They should have let me touch it with my own hands, but I ain't see nothing in it, bro. I'm like, what the hell? So you don't know what's in it? The parents don't know what's in it. The child don't know what's in it. But we all injecting the babies with it, man. What type of world we living in, bro? That's like me giving you water that's pink, and I say, drink that, bro. And you say, yo, why is water pink? Bro, I say, don't worry about that. Drink that, bro. And you drink it. You're an idiot. That's like me chilling with it. She ain't even know it. I done put drugs in her drink. She ain't even know it. I done put drugs in her drink. She ain't even know it. Man, I done put a whole pill. Man, I done put horny goat weed in her shit. That it's a herb. So she ain't gonna die, but she gonna get horny. Man, I put Damiana. I put horny goat weed in that joint. I put a little ginger in that joint to spice it up with a little bit of lemon for some flavor. She drinking that shit saying, oh my God, it's so good. And then all of a sudden she getting a little turned on. She not even know I just put something in her drink. She ain't even know it, bro. This is how they guys treat you. Shout out to Future. I done poison your water. You ain't even know it. I poison your air. You ain't even know it. You sleep in synthetic fabric every day. You ain't even know it. You wearing synthetic fabric every day. You ain't even know it. This medication you taking, it's a bunch of toxins. You ain't even know it. You ain't even know it. And like I said, man, the best part about this whole thing is it sounds so unbelievable, but that no one is going to believe you no matter how much proof you provide. That's what makes me sad. No matter how much proof I provide, I won't be able to convince most people of the truth. Shout out to Jesus. Jesus' reign was actually only 3 years. Jesus died at 33, but according to what I know, he was actually on his reign consistently for 3 years, and he ended up on a cross, bro. All for what? All for telling the truth. Every man that I studied that spoke the truth and spoke it no matter what, they ended up being murdered, suspiciously just dying, or they get exiled. So although they're alive, they're really like dead because everybody around them literally thinks they're insane. And they lose the ability to function. They start living in paranoia and fear. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Let me give you a perfect example, man. You know the PCR test, right? When I tell people this, I always think this is going to break their mind, but it actually doesn't. And it's so scary because it's on the internet. You on your phone every day. You can't just look these things up, bro. You on your phone every day, G. The creator of the PCR test, the same PCR test that we use to diagnose diseases and viruses. You talking about that PCR test? Yeah, I'm talking about that PCR test. Carrie Mullins. At some point, they're gonna scrub this from the internet, but Carrie Mullins, the creator of the PCR test, said himself on video that the PCR test is not used to diagnose diseases and viruses. It doesn't tell you that you're sick. But this is the same PCR test that we used during COVID to diagnose people with COVID. And then guess what? Suspiciously during COVID, Carrie Mullins died. Huh? Yo, come on, man. You tell me what's going on, man. Am I making this up? Somebody fact check me, yo. Am I making this up? I hope they ain't scrub it. I hope they ain't scrub it. Yo, go look up Stanley Plotkin, MD, the godfather of vaccines, man. He done said it, not me. He put aborted fetal tissue in there, not me, bro. He said it, not me. I hope they ain't scrub it. Because last time I seen that joint is on YouTube. I looked it up last night. What's going on, man? You tell me what's going on. Am I making this thing up? Am I going insane? Somebody let me know. Sunday night football? Forget Sunday night football. How about Research Sunday? How about you educate yourself, huh? Sunday night football, forget about that. Thursday night baseball, forget about that. The Orioles playing, the Lamar, forget about that for a second, man. Let's research something because we just injected the whole world with unknown chemicals, man. The whole world is suffering, man. America is going to hell, man. We gonna lift ourselves up, or we just gonna crash and burn? I'm not trying to crash and burn, but if we crash and burn, so be it. I tried my best. So be it. So be it. They gonna call me insane for telling you the truth. I'm trying to help you and I'm crazy? But you go to the medical system, you suck up to these people, you love your doctor and nurse, but they poisoning you though. Pharmaceutical drug dealers? That would make sense why the drug dealers in the neighborhood was so loved, man. We love the dudes with all the money, even though they poison in the neighborhood. We love these dudes, bro. We love the people with all the money, and how to get the money is dirty money, and everybody know it, but we still love these people, bro. Doesn't it say a lot about the people? Yeah, we know the drug dealer. Yeah, man. You know, he's not the best guy, but what does it say about you? Because you supported him. You would love to be in his position, wouldn't you? You would love to poison the people, get loved by the same people you killing. Yep. Dirty money got you a Benz. Dirty money got you a mansion. Dirty money got you a trophy wife. Dirty money allows you to travel anywhere you want. Dirty money allows you to get power, to make more dirty money and kill more people and get congratulated with it. See, that's the problem right now in America, at least. I can't speak for everyone else. Men and women, but I'm just going to say men. Just know I'm talking about men and women. Men, humans. You see, back in the day, when we were living in woods, we were living outside, or when we were tribal people, you were rewarded for putting yourself last and putting your people first. You were rewarded for doing what's right. You were rewarded for saving other people, even when it puts your life at risk, because as a tribe, we understand that we all need each other. And if we all don't have the same mindset, that is a risk. Because if you die, that increases my chance of dying. So I need you to be alive and you need me to be alive. We need to be giving to each other and protecting each other at all times, because our life literally depends on it. Now we live in a world where I don't need anyone to do anything. So why would I give a fuck about you when I don't need you to eat? I don't even need a woman to please myself anymore. Now I don't want to be touching myself. Now I don't want to be watching, but I don't need a woman for anything, really. Unless I need a baby, but even at that, you can just hire a woman to put her sperm in you, burn, she got a baby, G. It's that simple. We live in a world where we don't even need each other no more. So, it's survival of the fittest. Screw you. I'm good. I don't need you. So we no longer reward the man for doing what's right. We hate him for it. We punish him for it. Because if you say what's right, you're telling the truth, man. Bro, you're putting a lot of people at danger, G. Although these same people are putting a lot of people at danger by propagating a lie, but we don't give a damn about them. I'm worried about my own pocket. Yeah, I'm living off a lie, but so what? Nobody care, bro. So keep your mouth closed, or we're gonna come close your mouth. R.P. Milton Bill Cooper. Shout out to Mark Passio. Shout out to David Icke. Shout out to Jack Cruz, man. R.P. Malcolm X. R.P. Martin Luther King. R.P. J.F. Kennedy. R.P. all the greats that I didn't mention, man. You tell the truth, you're gonna die. Tell the truth, if you don't die, we're gonna kill you physically in the world. You're gonna be non-existent. Everywhere you go, we're gonna call you insane, bro. We're gonna kill you spiritually. We're gonna kill you mentally. You're done, bro. Infinite money glitch. Infinite money glitch. Infinite money glitch. Let the money rain out of the sky, man, because there's sick people everywhere and we making them sick. And guess what? They don't give a damn, bro. They just run into the medical system. Give it us the, give us the drugs, give us the drugs, give us the drugs. We need drugs. More than half of America is considered obese, on drugs, a.k.a. Pharmakia, black magic, sorcery, witchcraft. God done warned us about this. I think it's Revelations chapter 18 through chapter 18, verse 23. Don't quote me on that, but he say, by sorceries, by Pharmakia, the nations will be deceived. Don't quote me on that, but that's basically what it said in the Bible. By magic, by sorcery, by deception, by Pharmakia, by pharmacy, the nations will be deceived. Man will be deceived. Come on, bro. Take this pill. You know what they did back then. You would go to the shaman. You would go to the native doctor. And, you know, they would tell you got to sacrifice a goat. And the goat blood, you're going to put it in a precious metal and close the vial and never let that jewelry with goat blood on it, never let it leave your chest. Keep it on a necklace and you'll be protected the rest of your life. Now, back then, maybe that sounded somewhat correct, but, you know, fast forward now, we know that's nonsense. That's straight up deception. Trust me, at some point, our children are going to look at us like, yo, dad, you really injected yourself with blood calf serum to protect yourself from a virus that hasn't even been proved to exist? Dad, are you serious? And you're going to have to explain that. You're going to have to explain to your son one day that when he was a child, you injected him with monkey kidney cells to protect him from polio. The same polio, that SV40, that's in the same vaccine that you injected your children with, causes polio. The same polio that hasn't even been proven to exist without... Okay, hold on. Let me not even get into all that. But I'm pretty sure you get what I'm saying, man. You get what I'm saying, right?